If a Pokemon faints, it dies and is no longer usable. I must catch only my first encounter on each route, and if I fail, there are no second chances. And lastly, if I white out, it's game over. This is the story of my first Pokemon Nuzlocke. Here we are in the classic game Fire Red, and our journey begins in Pallet Town. I start my second attempt because I got rinsed by Misty in my first attempt. Alright, I'll restart it. We meet our rival, named after my friend Troy, and Oak gives us first dibs. I'm sure we can all tell which starter I wanted to pick, but my Twitch chat decided otherwise. So we grab Bulbasaur and go to catch our first Pokemon. Wait, I don't have a Pokeball, so we can't. After we get the Pokeballs, we can actually start catching, so we pick up a Pidgey named Birds and a rat named Kuchiku. We get through Viridian Forest thanks to Birds, who learned Gust, and we find ourselves in Pewter City. I paid a fat stack to get into this cool museum, but turns out ain't shit in there. I just spent 50 Poké-dollars for nothing. Into the first gym we go. I was a little nervous to face Brock's rock-hard willpower. Geodude, more like Geo dead, but then I beat him in about 45 seconds. His rock hard willpower was not enough. After defeating Brock, we head to Route 203 where the professor's aide gives me some fresh new kicks and I encounter the best trainer line in Pokemon history. Hi, I like shorts. I love it. They're delightfully comfy and easy to wear. After sending youngster Ben into next week, we run into another shorts loving trainer, and let me just warn you, this next scene is not good. I don't want it to hit me with like a peck or something. Oh, Marv. Moving on from our loss, we encountered a Mankey, which we named Tyson. I entered Mount Moon and accidentally ran from my encounter, so I missed out on a Zubat. We made our way through flawlessly, grabbed the TM Thief. Twitch chat said dome or go home, so we picked up Kabuto and battled youngster Josh on our way out, which gave enough EXP to evolve Birds for the first time. Caught an Ekans before prepping for our first rival battle. This is when I called in my friend to hype me up because I was a little nervous.
You're gonna be okay. First
Yo!
time you got here, I completely forgot about it. Just attack it.
With what? Gust or Quick Attack?
Quick attack all day. It has stab and you have priority.
Pidgeotto down. Boo, Troy stinks. So I kept chipping away at his team. Next.
Oh, why am I even here?
Oh wait, I can heal Pidgeotto when he uses Abra because he can't do anything.
Yeah, there you go. Even better.
Look at me go. Teleport, where you going?
Somebody get Troy a map because he's lost on how to freaking do this stuff.
After defeating his scarecrow of an Abra, he rubbed my favorite Pokemon in my face. There he is, and there he goes.
My work here is done. Good job.
Since we lost our only grass Pokemon, it was necessary to find another one before facing Misty. Luckily, we were able to encounter an Oddish and capture it before helping Bill get himself out of a Pokemon. He gave us the boat ticket and we evolved our Oddish. I'll mention again that this is my second attempt. I got rolled by Misty on my first try, so this was a big moment for me. And remember, this is my first Nuzlocke, so I was still learning, but I was going for a personal best here. I lead with Birds against Misty, Staryu, and it doesn't give me too much trouble. You're probably thinking, wow, Sens, your level is pretty high. I'll reiterate, this is my first Nuzlocke, and I didn't have a level cap, but I did get all of my levels without rare candies, and I was still learning the rules, so cut me some slack, please.
Go into gloom. I'm sick right now.
Staryu goes down, and it's time to face my nemesis once again. I go for the Stun Spore, and it fails the first time. We take a Water Pulse, only to get confused, but Gloom breaks through, and Stun Spore lands this time. Yes! I do a little rotating of the Pokemons, heal Gloom up, and used Absorb while Starmie used Recover. This went on for a very, very, very long time. Eventually, I switched back into Birds and was able to take it out on a 2-turn paralysis. Ah! I celebrated. So, new personal best achieved, and we pressed forward. I then had some very close calls, did some fishing, and caught a good old Magikarp
Money.
in Vermilion. And then I made one of the worst choices of my life, Diglett's Cave. Things were great. I found a Diglett. I caught the Diglett, named it Fluffy. And then, oh, I need to get out of here, bruh. I need to get out of here with that arena trap. Prevents switching? Toonsis is dead. Toonsis is dead. We're good. I have to repel and get out of here. I can't spend any more time in this. So I used a repel, but that only repels Pokemon lower in level than the first one in your party. Oh my God. I finally made it out and said my goodbyes to those affected by Diglett Cave. Made my way to Route 11 to do some battles and encounters, but most importantly, I caught this Drowsy. This is a key component of our success in this Nuzlocke. You'll see why later. Engineer Braxton then took the life of my Ekans and birds, and I barely made it out alive with my Diglett. So I had to make some changes to the team and evolved the rat, but I used up another encounter on another Pidgey because someone in my chat was upset that I killed their Mon. That's right, if you head over to my Twitch channel, you can redeem nicknames and have a chance for your Pokemon to become champion in one of my Nuzlockes. But for now, we're heading over to the SS and to completely mop the floor with our rival Troy once again. When will he learn? I then enter the captain's room and rub his back? After rubbing the captain, I took my Diglett to see Lieutenant Surge and got real familiar with the move. Dig. Let's go! After defeating Surge, it was time for me to catch my own electric Pokemon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Steamboat to the team. Heffalump evolved, and then I went back to the Pokemon Tower. Hey look, it's Stanky. Per usual, he did not give me any problems. And I ride into the city. Troy stinks. I caught one of my favorite Pokemon, Growlithe, who I intend on evolving into an Arcanine, although I have to wait until level 49 when it learns Flamethrower. And this Ghastly is going to be our MVP by the end of the run, so stay tuned. Mr. Fuji gave me a flute for later, and gym number 4 was up next. Victory Bell was up first. I was able to take it down with 2 wing attacks, but not without getting paralyzed in the meantime. We then send out Hypno to put Tangela to sleep, but she wakes it up with a full heal. I switch back to birds and risk the paralysis to go for a wing attack. One turn later, Erica uses Constrict, and I'm able to take it out with a quick attack. I send out our good boy Growlithe for the finale, and his Ember does not do as much as I thought it would. So after a back and forth battle, I decide to just send out Heffalump and get this over with. Putting in Hypno. It's over. It's a rat. It's a rat. I walk out like a boss and head to Silphco, proud of my now 4 badges. Nothing can stop me. Not even a macho. Birds Jr. will be remembered as a hero. The hero who died because its trainer decided to try and beat Silphco too early in the game. Fly high, Birds. The second. While grieving my loss, I decided it was time to catch Big Papa. I was a little nervous because Snorlax is pretty strong, but one Hypnosis and a Great Ball later, Laxley was ours. While training Voltorb on these birds, it started to make me sad. Even the chat was rooting for a trilogy. So after Voltorb evolved, it was time for our next encounter, which we voted to skip our Dupes Clause. And now we have Birds the Third. Welcome back to the team, Birds. So on to the Biker Bridge. Oh, he has a Machoke. Birds can definitely handle a Machoke. We know how that goes. Just kidding. He survived. Time for Koga. A mere child like you dares to challenge me? Hypno makes light work of his coughing with a Psychic, and Muck goes down with 2 Psychics. Koga's second coughing goes down with a Psychic. And yep, that's a Hypno sweep. Let's try Silphco again, shall we? This time we're in better shape, and Stinky Troy takes us on before we reach the boss battle. I actually wasn't prepared for this, so I had Primeape leading. I go for a Rock Tomb that misses and decide to switch out after eating a wing attack. Steamboat enters and defeats his bird with a couple shockwaves. Gyarados comes in and takes that 4x weakness Shockwave. Birds takes his redemption fight against Execute, but takes a sleep powder to the face, so we'll have Heffalump finish the job. Alakazam uses a couple Calm Minds, but still doesn't stand a chance against Hypno's Headbutts. I don't have any super effective moves against Charizard, but a couple Psychics will do. Alright, well, for an unprepared battle, that was pretty damn good. This person then gives us the godsend of Fire Red, a Lapras, which I have never used in a playthrough before, so now is a better time than any. I got a Lapras! In the next room stands Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket. We start off the battle by loosening up his Nidorino with a couple attacks from Tyson, but later switch into Fluffy to finish the job. On his switch to Kangaskhan, I decide to turn it up and bring in Heffalump with a 2-hit Psychic KO. I leave Hypno in battle to one-shot his Rhyhorn, and Nidoqueen gives me no trouble at all. Giovanni disappears only to confront us one more time before the end of the game. But I am rewarded with a Master Ball from my boy Mr. President. I have to thank you in some way. Money. Give me money. We got the Master Ball. Let's go, boys. And it's now time for Sabrina, one of the harder gym leaders in this game. But let's look at the replay to see how difficult she actually is. Body slam. Like, just do half. Or just fucking Snorlax. She's got her mons out here meditating. What are we doing? Body slam. Attack. Flame wheel. Oh, f me. Growlithe. Come on, dog. I'm switching. If this doesn't take it out. Big Papa. I should have just used him in the first place. I don't know why I tried to mix it up. Are you fucking serious? This cheap bitch. Game over. Like, drop. 2 badges one day. Let's go. After body slamming Sabrina, we arrive at Cinnabar Island, baby. My first stop here is the Pokemon Lab to revive my long-awaited fossil. I was excited to finally have a Kabuto that would be super useful at the Cinnabar gym. Soup is definitely going to help us out, so I decided to train it right away. We go, gym. For those wondering, TM28 does not contain Tombstoney. Let's get it, Blaine. Hope you brought a burn heal. We start off using Fluffy and we prep the dig. Blaine has me in a scope and decides to use Fire Blast. This dude's swinging for the fences. Holy shit, you want to hit me with a Fire Blast. We dig on Ponyta as well, who also uses Fire Blast. We get it down to the red and Blaine uses a Hyper Potion. As I went for the Magnitude, we luck out with a 10. Magnitude 10. Oh, we just hit big. That's a good start to the day. 2 more to go. It's time for Buddy to make her debut. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't mean to use that. I did not mean to use that. That's gonna be easy win. That's wild. One shot is level 47 Arcanine. Dun, 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 dun. You got fucking shit on. Bill then greets me at the door, and we're gonna skip this island adventure for the sake of time. But just a couple notable things happen. We finally got a Pidgey to its final form. Oh, and I took a bath. All right, guys, this is what we call old people soup. It feels exquisite. We find Giovanni's super secret hideout, which lies smack dab in the middle of Viridian City. So I load Buddy up to the front to cause some terror, and here we go. It shall be, so until I can restore Team Rocket to its former glory. But you have fought me again, so be it. This time, I'm not holding back. Rhyhorny. Boom. Level 50, that's pretty sturdy. Pretty sturdy. I don't think it's gonna be a one shot. Okay, it's gonna be a one shot. All right, we're gonna switch it up. Skirt. His last 2 Pokemon go down with a 1-hit KO each. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. The final badge has been obtained. It's time to take our rightful place as champion. But first we need to evolve Scottish, which has been so patient with us throughout this run. What? Sense? What a surprise to see you here. You're going to the Pokemon League? You collected all the badges? That's cool. And I'll whip.
Hold up.
One more rival throwdown before the Pokemon League. And Troy starts off like he always does, with the bird, which goes down in 2 shockwaves, but not without hurting Steamboat a fair amount. I really don't like being at half HP. His next Pokemon looks pretty familiar, so I know I can one-shot it with a Surf, thanks to Buddy. Execute comes out and our freshly evolved Arcanine is ready to play, taking it down with his new move, Flamethrower. Gyarados is up next and Steamboat comes back out to Shockwave it. It doesn't stand a chance. Now comes the hard part, Troy's Alakazam. I send out Fluffy to use Dig, and it does almost half while Alakazam sets up Calm Mind. Unfortunately, I left it at 1 HP, which means a boosted Psychic attack is coming in hot.
OMG, you killed Fluffy.
Heffalump jumps in to clean it up with a quick headbutt, and we are down to the ace, Charizard. I choose Buddy, who takes the Future Sight attack thanks to Alakazam and trades a Flamethrower for a Surf. 1 potion and a Surf later, we're in the clear. That loosened me up. Dog. What you mean loosened you up? And I'll whip. We may have lost Fluffy, but we didn't lose our spirit. En route to Victory Road, we flash each one of our hard-earned badges to the Pokemon TSA. And finally arrive at Victory Road, followed by the Pokemon League. Aha! Which has a really confusing entrance system. Jesus. I spent some time leveling up my Pokemon and made some decisions for the finale. So, ladies and gentlemen of the dojo, take a look at the final team. We have Laxley, Heffalump, Steamboat, Buddy, Arcanine, and I'm sure you're all about to get hyped for Birds the Third. But I came to the conclusion that it wouldn't be that useful for the Elite Four, so we made a substitute. Fart has entered the chat. And with those final steps, the door was shut behind us. We face off against Loralee, and it's Dugong versus Steamboat. A Thunderbolt leaves it at 1 HP, and she makes it hell on the battlefield. Loralee goes for the full restore, and I once again hit it with a Thunderbolt. Since I outspeed Dugong, we're able to finish it off. Cloyster goes down a little bit easier. Slowbro takes the Thunderbolt, and Steamboat is blowing through this team. Lapras is a little bit tankier, so with its Citrus Berry, she stays a little below half, but luckily our speed wins this fight. Loralee sends out her Jinx, which is fortunate for me because it's only an Ice type, and Arcanine is able to handle it with ease. That's 1 down, 3 to go. Bruno has a mixture of fighting and rock types, so I'm counting on Lapras and Hypno to get us through this one, which works out pretty well, but as you can see, my only trouble was Hitmonlee, who hung on for dear life, landing a Mega Kick on Heffalump. Even with a full restore, Bruno couldn't handle me, and Buddy was able to knock out the last Onix with no problems. Bruno's Machamp is pretty sturdy, so we're not able to one-shot it, although we eventually take it down with no casualties thus far. 2 down, 2 to go. Now we get to say what's up to Grandma Agatha. Gengar is taken care of with a Psychic attack, and we switch Steamboat in for Golbat. I decide to throw Laxley in to Earthquake her Arbok, and it didn't do as much as I thought. So we do take a Sludge Bomb, but it goes down on the second turn. She has another Gengar, so just like before, I used Hypno to take it down. For some reason, her final Pokemon is a Haunter, which makes things easy on me. 3 down, and it's time to face the Dragon Tamer. As I walk down this long hallway, I realize how far we've come. I can't lose now. We did this as a team, and I couldn't let anyone down. So here waits Lance, our last barrier between me and the final rival fight. Remember where we came from, a 1 HP star meet at the Cerulean Gym, resulting in our loss. They tried to stop us, and they couldn't. And we're back. We made it to the last member of the Elite Four. You can call me Lance. Well, you can call me your worst nightmare. I had a plan. He leads with Gyarados, so I'm prepared, and Steamboat rolls through it. This is the big setup. Rain Dance. What do you got for me? Outrage? Okay, that's fine. Thunder. Ding, ding. Oh, that did not hit at all. I thought I had a plan. Time to improvise. Ice Beam. For some reason, I thought electric moves did a lot of damage to dragons, but I was reminded that's not true. Lapras handles Dragonair and Aerodactyl, but I need to use a max potion before the second Dragonair. In the meantime, Buddy gets paralyzed, but she powers through it with the Ice Beam. Since Buddy's paralyzed, it's time for my trump card. Outrage will hurt fart. Confuse Ray, baby. Oh, it has Safeguard, I forgot. Do you guys maybe think we should have brought birds? Hey, dude, Giga Drain. Well, anyways, I send out Snorlax to use some body slams, and Outrage doesn't hurt me too much. I get it down pretty low, and then Dragonite randomly uses Hyper Beam. I'm hoping Heffalump can finish the dragon off, but it's left with just a little HP. Just enough for Lance to use a full restore. So I use Hypnosis, and luckily it lands, which buys me enough time to heal Buddy's paralysis. Dragonite wakes up after just one turn, but only uses Safeguard. I switch Buddy in, and an Ice Beam is enough to win us the battle. You can't believe your dragons lost to me? I can't believe you couldn't imagine Dragon D's nuts. Our walk to the final rival battle has my nerves rattling. I only have 4 Pokemon going into this because we lost Fart and Laxley. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Whatever the result, this may be our first Nuzlocke, but definitely not our last. And I'll only make them more difficult from here on out. So if you want first look at them, go drop a follow on Twitch and Kick because that's where you'll be able to see them live. Our final battle kicks off and Steamboat hits Pidgeot hard with a Thunderbolt. It's hanging on by a thread but gets paralyzed. Troy uses a full restore and I'm able to get a free light screen off of it. On the next attack, I pull a high roll and Pidgeot goes down. His next Pokemon is Rhydon, which I've learned will most likely go down to a Surf. And he does. Oh yeah, equal playing grounds now. It's the home run, guys. I pull out Scottish to bring some heat to his Executor, and we now have the number advantage. Gyarados goes down to a Thunderbolt, and we're only 2 Pokemon away from victory. I have Scottish use Flamethrower on Alakazam, and I realize that it's faster than me. One more attack and Scottish is done for. Luckily, I have Extreme Speed, and I use it to defeat him before he can touch me. This is the grand finale. Just remember, guys, anything is possible. Down to the last one. I let Buddy go toe-to-toe with Charizard, and you already know, we came out on top. We did it! We did it! Oak comes in to congratulate us and take us to the Hall of Fame. I say us a lot in this video because I had you guys rooting me on the whole time, and I'm very appreciative of it. This video also took me forever, so please drop a like if you made it this far and subscribe to join the fam. Feel free to comment which version I should try next as well. This whole run sparked something in me that I haven't felt in a while, and the feeling of nostalgia made me want to keep doing things like this. Even though we get older, it doesn't mean we can't enjoy the things that made us happy as kids. You may just have to make them a little more challenging. Thank you guys for watching. The end.